Hello, I'm going to be talking about the difference and similarities between both texts known as Indian Education by Sherman Alexie and Achievement of Desire by Richard Rodriguez. Firstly, let's discuss the quote from Indian Education that reads, "Indians, Indians, Indians." She said it without capitalization. She called me Indian, 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 and I said, yes, I am. I am Indian, Indian, I am. In this quote, Alexie stands up for himself against the racial abuse he receives from his white missionary second-grade teacher, Betty Toll. In response to Alexie's parents confronting her for demanding they cut his hair, she says Indian, Indian, Indian in an insulting manner. Toll's goal is to make him feel ashamed of himself and his culture, but he refuses to comply. Simply put, he is Indian. Despite Toll's racism, he has pride in himself and his people. He does not allow his teacher's beliefs to separate him from his culture. The views Rodriguez holds about himself and his culture are in stark contrast. Education to him means not having an accent like his uneducated parents. Opposed to Alexie, who refuses to let go of his culture, Rodriguez is perfectly content to do so in his quest to become a scholarship boy. A teacher compliments him on losing his Spanish accent, and he is glad about it. Rodriguez is pleased to meet the expectations of his teachers, whom he greatly admires. However, Alexie despises Toll for her treatment of him and refuses to comply with her demands that he cut his hair. Alexie and Rodriguez discuss their teachers and education differently. Due to Rodriguez's scholarship boy status, he has no idea how to form his own opinion or make objections, so he takes everything his teachers say as given, proudly repeating what is probably an ignorant remark as he believes sacrificing his cultural heritage and love for his family is worth being educated. When Alexie was told not to return to school unless he cut his hair, his parents showed up to school and dragged their braids along Toll's desk instead. In response to Toll's anger, he tells her, "Yep, I am Indian." In not so many words, he is saying, "I am Indian and that will never change, and you can't make me feel ashamed." Rodriguez surrenders his culture in order to comply with his teacher's desires, whereas Alexie refuses to. In the first quote, Alexie compares kissing a white girl to leaving his culture. The second quote refers to Rodriguez's feelings of separation from his family, deeming himself the only person worth the title of scholarship boy because they all view education differently. There is a parallel between both of them. Disconnection is a prominent theme in both texts. Leaving their environments mentally, Alexie and Rodriguez distance themselves from their titles. Since Alexie kissed a white girl, he leaves the reservation, while Rodriguez, who is now an intellectual, self-excludes from his family because they embarrass him. Although their motives are different, their pursuit is similar. Since they differ from everyone around them, they will have to say goodbye to their former selves. In a way, they are finally breaking free. Rodriguez from the distress caused by his uneducated family, which he resents, and Alexie from the horrific discrimination he faces due to his identity. That concludes my analysis. Thank you for watching.